Well, we were worried about the Swans' defensive pressure on the Crows last week, and it proved to be the difference. We're joined by former Crows ruckman Rhett Biglands to talk a bit about last week's game and the game coming up tonight against the Freo Dockers. Rhett, both sides play that similar style of footy, so you expect Fremantle to push back, run hard into space and try and get behind the Crows' defence again. What's the tactic to stop that?
Yeah, if they watched the Sydney game, there was certainly some defensive coverage that came from that with Brent Riley back there was nullified. They'll do that again. They'll make sure that he can't run his own race back there. They have to make sure that when he does get back there and he's loose, they don't get any drive from his attacking ball as well. So if they try and go shootout 1 for 1, if they put Fife back or if they put Johnson back, it will work with Adelaide's favour. So I don't think Freo will allow it.
The last time the Dockers lost was back in round 20 against Adelaide at Amy Stadium. For Fremantle, no Sandilands and no Nate Fife, while for Adelaide, no Tippett. Can we read much into that?
I don't think so. What I've seen from Jonathan Griffin when he's played for Freo, they've been really good, and the way their structure's set up, Fremantle are fantastic at being able to read the opposition ruckman's hand. But when Big Sandlands is in there, they do dominate and they know how to get on the end of it. So I think it may be an advantage to Freo that he is playing. Certainly their ball movement, but counteracted with Tippett. I think Tippett's sensational. He's up there. Had a bad week last week. This week he'll be on.
Matthew Pavlich, we have to talk about him. He's been outstanding, averaged 4 goals a game since round 10 this year. He's been the star in the comp for mine. He only kicked 2 last time against Daniel Talia. Of course, we know Talia's out. What do Adelaide do to shut down Pav?
Well, I think he's got Rutten for speed, so they won't put Rutten on him. They'll give an opportunity to a younger player, and they certainly have to match up well with him in speed. He's good off the explosive movement. He had some ball movement coming in last week, which was fantastic, and if it comes in like that again, he'll be tough to stop. But certainly a young player can make a name for himself tonight. Whether or not he is able to do the job, we'll put his name up in lights if he can do it.
What about, you talked about Taylor Walker and Kurt Tippett before. They were a bit off their game last week. Not quite the performance they'd like. They'll obviously bounce back. Can you see big performances from them tonight? Yeah,
Taylor Walker's movement last week was okay. He did really well in when he led up at the footy. It was just his finish. If he had kicked his goals, Adelaide would have been in a much better position. Their movement inside forward 50 was okay. They had a lot more opportunities up there than Sydney. So if he kicks his goals but still presents as much as he can and offers those strong leads and some real aggressive attack at the footy, I think Adelaide will be in front.
And what about travel? Of course, Fremantle travelled to Melbourne last week. They travel over here to Adelaide as well. Is the travel factor at all back-to-back a thing for Fremantle?
Yeah, I don't think so, Corey. I reckon that they're pretty experienced and they've done it for a long time. The 6-day break may hurt. We'll have a look at the conditions tonight to see what they're like. But I think the travel factor, they've gotten used to it. They've done really well over the years and it won't play into the game too much.
Finally, who's going to win?
Look, I've got the Crows by 20 points. Last time they played in the final, Adelaide got up and did really well, so I'm backing them in again.
You did pick them last week as well. Let's hope they can get the job done. Cheers, mate. Thanks for your time. Let's hope Adelaide can have a win and face Hawthorn in the next final, the preliminary final. 1 win away from a grand final if they can get there.